in a bombshell lawsuit that's shaking the foundations of the music industry. Rap icons Jay-Z and Sean "Diddy" Combs are accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl at a star-studded after-party. The explosive claims, which include allegations of sedative-laced drinks and a conspiracy to silence the victim, have thrust Jay-Z into a fierce legal battle. As Diddy faces his own mounting legal woes, speculation is rife. Will he snitch on Jay-Z to save himself? This high-stakes drama is set to unravel secrets that could topple the empires of hip-hop's most powerful figures.
Breaking news, Jay-Z has just been revealed as one of the unnamed celebrities in those Diddy lawsuits, claiming some horrific things.
We've been talking about the Diddy investigation on this channel, and we've hinted at the possibility of Jay-Z being implicated.
He may be even more famous than his friend Sean Diddy Combs, and now he's facing similar accusations of sexual assault.
I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
That you're going to be called by the U.S. Attorney's Office and certainly if you were involved, you would get a call.
But Jay-Z isn't backing down without a fight.
Jay-Z is facing serious allegations in a lawsuit that has brought significant attention and scrutiny. An anonymous accuser, identified as Jane Doe, claims that in 2000, Jay-Z and Sean "Diddy" Combs assaulted her at an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards in New York. At the time of the alleged assault, Jane Doe was only 13 years old. The lawsuit states that she was invited to the party by Diddy's driver, given a sedative-laced drink, and then assaulted in the presence of another unnamed female celebrity.
Since even before Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in September, even as far back as March when his two mansions were raided by agents from the Department of Homeland Security, there has been speculation that Combs' celebrity friends, his associates, that they could all be pulled into this legal nightmare. And one of the people at risk, often mentioned online, was Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, who came up in the New York rap scene alongside Sean Combs. And just a few days ago, Texas attorney Tony Buzbee made it official. He filed an amended complaint on behalf of a Jane Doe who says that she was raped by Combs and Carter when she was just 13 years old, that this happened at a VMA's after party back in 2000. Now, the original complaint mentioned Celebrity A and Celebrity B, a man and woman, as being present for and even Celebrity A participating in the alleged assault. Well, now Celebrity A has been identified as Jay-Z.
Jay-Z has vehemently denied these allegations, issuing a fiery statement accusing attorney Tony Buzbee of orchestrating a blackmail attempt.
Who has adamantly denied anything like that ever happening. He is very, very clear on that. In fact, he has accused Tony Buzbee of extortion, saying that Buzbee's attempts to get celebrities to pay out huge sums of money in exchange for not being named in civil lawsuits with what he claims are false allegations amounts to blackmail. In fact, Jay-Z is believed to be the John Doe who just recently filed a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee anonymously, claiming extortion and intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Buzbee has been accused by Jay-Z's legal team of using these allegations to tarnish Jay-Z's reputation. Jay-Z's lawyers have filed motions to dismiss the case, calling it an extortion attempt and demanding Jane Doe to be unmasked to ensure a fair legal process.
But now they are refiling and they want to name Jay-Z, which is pretty scary because I'm sure Jay-Z has a lot of people out there he could send and to go and attack this person. Now, Jay-Z's lawyers aren't saying a lot. He has a lot to say, but he has a lot to say about this lawyer, Tony Buzbee. We've talked about Tony before on this channel because he's representing hundreds of victims against Diddy, and thankfully he's not too scared of Mr. Carter. Tony Buzbee has filed several lawsuits in recent months accusing Diddy of harming and attacking multiple couple people. And it looks like he is due to face trial in May, so that's going to be a crazy time. Hopefully it's a moment where we see the music industry shift and justice be served for those people who are actual victims in this. Now, right now, we don't know who this accuser is. She's listing herself as Jane Doe, probably to protect herself. She said in the year 2000, she was dropped off by a friend at 13 years old at the VMAs at the Radio City Music Hall in Manhattan. One of Diddy's drivers outside spotted her and said, "Hey, my boss would probably like her as a gift, so why don't I invite her to a house party full of adults and celebrities?"
This lawsuit has not only put Jay-Z in a challenging position, but has also rekindled scrutiny of his long-standing friendship with Diddy. The media is abuzz with speculation about whether Diddy might testify against Jay-Z to protect himself from his mounting legal troubles.
This person commented, "No, not the guy who dated an underage Beyonce." Another person writes, "What you do in the dark will eventually come to light. Diddy is not going down alone. I 100% promise you that." Another person writes, "Sounds about right. Next up, Beyonce, followed by J-Lo." Now, of course, Jay-Z is denying everything, but his statement is bizarre to say the least. Jay-Z issued a fiery response denying the allegations that he was part of this situation with Diddy. He dismissed the lawsuit as a blackmail attempt. He also attacked the attorney Tony Busby at length and vowed to expose him as a fraud. Now, we did get a full statement posted by Jay-Z on his platform, and I don't know if he had a lawyer review this. I doubt it.
Diddy himself is entangled in a web of legal battles, including recent charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. These charges have sent shockwaves through Hollywood, detailing exploitative parties involving drugs, prostitution, and coercion. Federal agents reportedly discovered large quantities of narcotics during a raid, adding to the gravity of the situation.
All right, let's take a look at the complaint that Cardella Smith filed here that this temporary restraining order is in connection to. Now, Cardella Smith claims that in 1997, he was a bartender at a restaurant in Detroit. He says he was invited to a gathering at the Holiday Inn where Combs would be partying. The complaint reads, quote, "Plaintiff was excited to attend this gathering and did so because this was Sean Puff Daddy Combs, Bad Boys. Plaintiff had participated in and consumed alcohol with Mr. Combs and the ladies and other security. Puffy was shockingly cool and someone who seemed like a really decent, normal guy." Cardella Smith goes on to allege that he participated in group sex with several women and Combs, but said that when Combs showed an interest in him, he immediately got up and sat on a couch. By the way, a little side note here, these allegations are very similar to what has been alleged in several lawsuits that have been filed against Sean Combs since November of 2023. Recall, he's facing allegations of sex trafficking, rape, harassment, abuse, and so forth. But Cardella Smith's complaint states, quote, "I then went to get another drink, and Sean asked me if I needed something else. I said no, and he said, 'Here, drink this one.' And I thought it was another glass of Jim Beam, so I took it because I had sat one down in the other room, and then I drank some more, and I stayed sitting there and began getting drowsy and started to pass out, and then Sean Combs said to me, 'I added a little something to it for you. I will get that from you anyway, one way or another.' I then passed out." Cardella Smith claims that when he woke up, Combs admitted he sexually assaulted him when he was unconscious. Cardella Smith claims that he left, he never went back. He alleges he filed a police report but couldn't talk about what happened to him. He says therapy in prison helped him realize that he was a victim of rape. And he goes on to claim that Combs paid off police to keep the whole thing quiet. Quote, "The defendant paid Detroit and Monroe police officers to keep it hidden, and they hid it very, very well, and have kept it hidden for many decades, but not anymore."
Given the severity of the allegations and the potential for significant legal consequences, the possibility of Diddy cooperating with authorities and testifying against Jay-Z cannot be dismissed. Legal experts suggest that if Diddy faces increased pressure or a plea bargain opportunity, he might disclose information about Jay-Z to mitigate his own legal risks. This speculation is further fueled by the historical patterns of plea bargains in high-profile cases where defendants provide information on others to receive reduced sentences.
I want to focus on these connections between Jay-Z and Sean Combs. I mean, after all, why were people making these associations between the two even before there was a lawsuit? Well, let's go back in time. 1997, after their mutual friend Biggie Smalls was killed, Jay-Z and Combs collaborated, and they collaborated on Combs' second album, for example, In My Lifetime Volume 1. They both faced criminal charges in the late 90s, Jay-Z for allegedly stabbing a man at a club in New York. Combs for fleeing the scene of a nightclub shooting also in New York. Both avoided jail time, got probation instead. The two reportedly bonded over their experiences. Both men were wildly successful in their careers as music producers and rappers. Forbes announced in 2019 that Jay-Z became hip-hop's first billionaire. Reportedly now has an estimated net worth of around $2.5 billion, again, according to Forbes. 2021, Forbes reported Combs was worth around $900 million. Became a billionaire in 2022.
The allegations against Jay-Z have created a massive PR crisis for him and his family. Publicist Rob Shooter notes that even if the allegations are unproven, they could severely damage Jay-Z's public image. The lawsuit's details, including claims that the girl was drugged and assaulted, mirror patterns alleged by other accusers in cases against Diddy. The close association between Jay-Z and Diddy only adds to the public's curiosity and suspicion.
I'm just praying that they will keep him in, because I think that will give a lot of victims the courage to say and speak and come forward. But until they're good for it, I'm gonna keep doing it. The Jay-Z victims are gonna be worse. They're worse because of the psychological torture that comes along with what he does. Like I said,
do you think Jay-Z is scared right now?
Oh, he's terrified. He's terrified. He's losing confidence everywhere. But the only confidence he's worried about keeping secure are those white boys that he worked for. That's his only loyalty. Not even to his wife is he loyal.
Adding to the controversy, Jaguar Wright, a former industry insider, has reignited claims against Jay-Z, calling him next in light of the mounting lawsuits against Diddy. She alleges that Jay-Z is deeply connected to the industry's darkest secrets and suggests his silence regarding Diddy's legal troubles is intentional. Wright's accusations, though unverified, paint a chilling portrait of an industry rife with hidden abuses and cover-ups.
What do you think? And just again, hypothetically, if his kids, as young as they are, asked, "Daddy, who's that man on TV getting arrested? Isn't that your friend?" What would his response be?
He wouldn't respond. He would just laugh and walk away. That's Sean Carter.
Boy.
He doesn't own up to anything. Ever. Gaslight you right in your face. Do it smooth. He's a sociopath. He doesn't have any real feelings or emotions. Everything is transactional. You know? I think the only time he's really comfortable and happy in his own skin is when he's laying in the warm embrace of a man.
In another development, two new individuals, both current sex workers, have come forward to cooperate with prosecutors in the case against Diddy. One has been subpoenaed to testify before a grand jury, while the other has shared information about a 2014 interaction with Diddy. This cooperation could potentially unearth more details that might implicate other celebrities.
U.S. Attorney Damian Williams promised earlier this week, he said this is an ongoing investigation and that they will be speaking to more people. We found out that these two individuals, and we have actually spoken to one of them. They are both sex workers, currently sex workers. One of them says that they had an interaction with Diddy in 2014, and they are willing to tell the feds what they know about that interaction. And another one said that they are willing, and not only willing, but have been subpoenaed to go before the grand jury. So the second person could end up going before the grand jury. At this stage, they are just going to be interviewed by prosecutors. Clearly, they're trying to figure out what these other witnesses know and how they can help them convict Diddy, and that's the name of the game at this point for the feds.
Concerns have also been raised about Diddy's safety in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where he is being held without bail. He is kept in solitary confinement due to fears he might become a target.
Yesterday, you reported that a former warden had a warning for Diddy that he should watch his back in prison.
Yeah, look, this is, he's going to be in this at Brooklyn, MDC Brooklyn. Who knows? It could be up to a year before this trial begins. And obviously, they're going to be, his attorneys have said that they're going to try to get him moved to a different facility. But for now, he's in there. And what we've been told by a former warden is he's a target. That's the fact of the matter, and that's why they have him in a solitary part of the jail, because they don't, he becomes a target because it's like what we've been told, it's like a badge of honor that if you were able to inflict some violence on Diddy, that gets you score points with other inmates. So that's a situation that obviously the jail officials do not want to happen, so they're going out of the way to make sure that doesn't happen. He is in a really, can you imagine like the lap of luxury that Diddy's been used to for decades now, and then just like that, he is now in this jail, and unless they can get him bail at some point, he's going to be behind bars for quite a long time.
Meanwhile, Hollywood insiders who partied with Diddy remain silent, though unease grows as federal agents reportedly seized incriminating videos during recent raids.
Do you believe that we may see Jay-Z face a judge? And if so, when would we see him in court? Any indication there yet?
Well, we're definitely going to see him, I believe, on this suit. There are so many details. They describe a house, a driveway, another woman being there. They discuss about a driver taking her. So she's locked into this story now, and that means there could be additional witnesses to corroborate her story or refute the story.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned the specificity of the details really stand out to you in this filing. Do you find it strange that the filing originally did not include Jay-Z, just Diddy, and now Jay-Z is suddenly added today? I mean, does that make Jay-Z's addition in any way less credible, or is this not in fact so unusual?
It's not unusual when they're still digging up information and facts to prove the allegations that they're trying to make. In addition, remember, this 13-year-old says there's a female there. That has not been disclosed either. That will be very interesting because she could be culpable in this as well.
Yeah, that is interesting. Do you expect we are going to be seeing other celebrity names added and refiled in other lawsuits involving Diddy?
I do. I think this really has a web that wraps around many different people, and I think we're going to see a lot more people named.
As the case against Diddy develops, the legal community is watching closely to see if additional celebrity witnesses or defendants will be named.
Yes, to your point, there certainly got to be people who are nervous about getting a call from the U.S. Attorney's Office, whether it be to come in as a witness, whether it be just to be interviewed to find out what they know, or go before the grand jury, which is something nobody wants to do. They all want to be away from this case as much as possible.
The potential for Diddy to testify against Jay-Z remains a significant point of interest, especially if doing so could help him secure a more favorable outcome in his own legal battles.
Will Diddy start snitching?
She threw it up.
Yeah, he better. He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot.
I would say, if those who don't know who Kathy is.
Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public.
The situation highlights the broader issue of secrecy and inappropriate behavior in the entertainment industry. The power dynamics often allow abuses to remain hidden, with influential figures adept at concealing their actions. Breaking this cycle requires a change in how business is conducted at the highest levels, promoting transparency and accountability.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
Jay-Z's legal team remains focused on dismissing the allegations against him, but the outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications for both him and Diddy. Whether Diddy will ultimately testify against Jay-Z is yet to be seen, but the possibility continues to generate intense speculation and interest.
Right, there's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music, and that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which, if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think?
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucien Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape entertainment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.